Hello students, today it's an introduction class to the subject microbiology. What is microbiology? Microbiology is a branch of biology which involves the study of microorganisms. Micro means small, which means small living forms. So microorganisms are invisible forms which we cannot see with our naked eye. So when we need to observe microorganisms, we always require a special aid called as microscope. An instrument called as microscope is required for visualization of microorganisms. What are the examples of microorganisms? So when we talk about microorganisms which we cannot visualize with our naked eye, so we have various living forms which are not observed by us. Examples are bacteria, viruses, algae, fungi and protozoa. Some of them are prokaryotic in nature, which are primitive forms, and few of them are eukaryotic in nature. In the types of microorganisms, bacteria are prokaryotic in nature, viruses are neither prokaryotic nor eukaryotic because they are acellular forms, whereas algae, fungi, and protozoa are eukaryotic microorganisms. When we look into the basic branches of microbiology, we have various important branches called as bacteriology, which is study of bacteria, phycology, study of algae, mycology, study of fungi, virology, study of viruses, and protozoology, study of protozoans. So all these are mainly called as the basic branches of microbiology or fundamental branches of microbiology. Apart from these basic branches, we also have applied branches in microbiology. Air microbiology, which mainly deals with the microorganisms present in air and also related to airborne infections. Water microbiology, microorganisms present in water and which mainly leads to water contamination and waterborne diseases. Soil microbiology, where there is lot of microbial diversity present in soil and which has various advantages. Similarly, we have agricultural microbiology, where microorganisms are mainly playing an important role in the agriculture, in cultivation of plants and improving the plant growth. Environmental microbiology, where microorganisms present in the environment has various beneficial aspects like bioremediation and biodegradation. Food microbiology, where microorganisms are involved in the preparation of various foods. Example, you have cheese, all and other important foods which are mainly prepared from microorganisms. Dairy microbiology, about microorganisms present in milk, and industrial microbiology, microorganisms exploited in industries for the production of various beneficial products for humankind. All these are mainly described as the applied branches of microbiology. Now, let us learn about one important type of microorganism called bacteria. So, when we talk about bacteria, let's mainly discuss about the general characteristics of bacteria. So, the general characteristics include habitat and morphology, and we are going to study about the various structural components present in bacteria. We are going to discuss on the nutrition and reproduction of bacteria, and also finally about the economic importance of bacteria. So in this particular class, we are mainly going to discuss about the habitat and morphology in detail. So when we talk about habitat and morphology, habitat is a place where the microorganisms are present, and we say microorganisms are ubiquitous in nature, which means they are present everywhere in nature. And when we discuss about morphology, that is the size, shape and arrangement of bacteria, we are going to mainly discuss about cocci, bacilli and spirilla, the important morphological forms of bacteria. In the structural components of bacteria, we are going to mainly study them under two different categories, that is structural components external to the cell wall, which includes mainly a layer called as capsule. You also have motile structural components, which are nothing but flagella. Then you have also structural components for attachment, fimbriae, and also mainly in sexual reproduction, which are called as pili. So these are all external to the cell wall. So we are going to mainly discuss about all these external components in detail in now further classes. Now coming to the internal components of the cell wall. Internal to the cell wall, we have various structural components: cell membrane, cytoplasm, where cytoplasm also includes nucleus and various other cytoplasmic inclusions. So in detail, we are going to discuss about the ultrastructure of the bacterial cell in our further classes. Coming on to nutrition and reproduction, so most of your bacteria are chemoheterotrophic in nature. They are chemoheterotrophic, and very few of them are photoautotrophic in nature. They are photoautotrophs. So when we talk about chemoautotrophy or chemoheterotrophy, so we see that there are different nutritional types which are mainly present, and bacteria are mainly categorized under chemoheterotrophy. That means they use chemical substances as nutrients, and also the next important thing is they try to derive their nutrients from the external environment. So chemical substances derived from the external environment are mainly used as nutrients for their growth and metabolism, though so they are chemoheterotrophic in nature. Similarly, when we talk about reproduction, how they perpetuate, so mainly they reproduce by a process called as binary fission, where one bacterial cell divides into two and later they function as two individual cells. So this is one of the most important method where bacteria reproduce. Let's now discuss mainly on cocci, that is mainly round or spherical shaped bacteria, rods, which are rod shaped bacteria called as bacilli, and mainly spiral shaped bacteria, which mainly are in the form of one turn or more than one turn. So let's look into the arrangements in cocci. So as you see in the image, cocci are round shaped bacteria or spherical shaped bacteria. There are various arrangements in cocci. They are diplococci, streptococci, tetrad, sarcinae and staphylococci. What are diplococci? As the name suggests, diplo means two cocci which are attached to one another after division. They are mainly called as diplococci. If you see, the best example for diplococci are Streptococcus pneumoniae. Similarly, strepto means a chain. A chain of round shaped bacteria are mainly called as streptococci. Tetrad, it means four. So four bacterial cells together is mainly called as tetrad. Sarcinae, cuboidal arrangement of cells. 8 cells together, packed together in a form of a cuboidal arrangement is called as sarcinae. And staphylococci are mainly grape bunch-like arrangements or irregular clusters of cocci are mainly called as staphylococci. These are the various arrangements what we observe in coccal forms. Similarly, we also have some forms of arrangements in bacilli and spirilla. So when you talk about bacilli, rod-shaped bacteria, the two important forms are diplobacilli and streptobacilli. Diplobacilli, again as the name suggests, are two bacilli, two rod-shaped bacteria attached to each other. Streptobacilli are a chain of bacilli which are attached to each other. Similarly, when we talk about spirilla, that is twisted forms or mainly bacilli rods which are present in the form of turns, we have mainly Vibrio, a curved or a comma-shaped bacteria, a comma-shaped, simple comma-shaped bacteria called as Vibrio. Similarly, we also have spirochetes, which is mainly a firm form of spiral-shaped bacteria. So these are the various arrangements what we see in the different forms of bacteria which are called as cocci, bacilli and sporilla. So this is all about the morphology of bacteria. So let's stop here and continue in our next class with the remaining general characteristics. Thank you.